I've been okay. I got a funny story, um, which is perfect because it'll give the dog a chance to chill out. Uh, I wasn't able to run the lives on my phone uh, outside in the backyard, and I thought, what the hell is going wrong with my phone, man? Internet sucks so bad. I was on the wrong Wi-Fi. I was actually on uh, Schmerps instead of Super Schmerps. Super Schmerps is the faster port on my Wi-Fi. Go figure. Anywho, um, hello, what up, everyone? Welcome to it. Yeah, so I got it hooked up to Super Schmerps, and now we're slapping. So I think we've won. Poo kitten. Um, hey, what's up? Nice to see you. How you been? How you been? It's been a while. Uh, yeah. So first things first. You know the title of this video? I titled it "How to Stay Positive in a Negative World," and I know right away, at least for me, it kind of sent those triggers off, and it was like, you can't call it. You can't say it's a negative world because your reality becomes what it is. So we can't say it's a negative world. Like, no, it's positive. It's like neutral. You just gotta look at uh, the bright side. Um, yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And to add on to that, don't you think there's almost like we need a proper sort of a proper acknowledgement of a thing to see it as it is, um, without our judgment? You know what I mean? Like, because what if the world isn't necessarily as neutral as we think it is? He lost his Simba, and I lost my train of thought. Um, oh yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, cause to say everything outside of you is neutral, and then it doesn't, and then what matters is what you do with that information, is almost like saying you're the only thing that's important in the entire universe, which seems to me one of you know what I mean? That's on the contrary. That's an on the contrary thing to say. You know what I mean? Oh, there we go. Um, like the world exists outside of us. You know what I mean? It's not just me and everything out there is meaningless until I give it meaning. Like it is, but it also isn't, because then that's saying like other people's experiences don't matter. You know what I mean? But other people's experiences outside of you matter just as much as yours. So to say that everything is neutral except for you, and then you somehow dictate the way the world is solely on you, is almost like, but that's the catch-22. Anywho, that's the paradox that I'm talking about, where I agree with you shouldn't say stuff like the world is negative because then it becomes real. But to objectively be saying, you know what, maybe the world isn't as nice as we want it to be. Like, I'll give you a quick example. I don't want to go too deep into this section. Like, think of stuff like war. You everyone agrees that it's unnecessary at this point in time, like 2021. We can all agree that war is completely unnecessary. We don't we don't need to fight over land and resources, right? Because if we work together, we have more than enough resources to feed 3 times as much to our population. So much food is wasted every year. So much land is wasted every year. Um, so going to war of resources, like, we understand that we don't need to do that anymore. We have technology. Going to land or going to war over religion, like, we can agree that that's going too far. Like, we shouldn't be killing people for the most part, um, over what God you believe in. Like, that's old world stuff. You know what I mean? And there's this one story that breaks my heart from World War I, where both sides, it was the English versus the Germans at this particular battle, but I'm sure it happened at every battle across the war. People stopped on Christmas. They played soccer with each other. They sang Christmas carols with each other. They like smoked cigarettes with each other. Like, they were homies. They were just homies for the day because it was Christmas. They're both, Christian and followed the Christian belief, but they killed each other, right? And they're praying to the same God. It's bizarre. It's bizarre. That's kind of the point of this video. Um, and that fighting amongst ourselves is the biggest, whether it comes in war or any other, in any other form. Anywho, so when I make a title that's staying positive in a negative world, now that I'm done with that rant, we can get on to the video. We make the best of what we have. I feel like humanity for the whole understands how corrupt this thing is, whether they want to acknowledge it out loud or not. But we make the fucking damnedest of it. You know what I mean? We slay. We slay. Here's hats off, token to humanity. Hats off to y'all. The vast majority of humanity, at least my direct experience, is very happy-go-lucky people. People that will happily hold doors open for you. People that will happily share their couch with you or their house with you if you need some help, or gladly lend you some money if you need it, or who would gladly speak well on your behalf. Like, despite what the media would say, humans carry themselves pretty well. And the disagreements that lead to stuff like war, which is, you know, like, could you imagine if war is halted on planet Earth? But it can't. It's as easy as everyone saying we don't want to blow each other up, and everyone acknowledging that and putting down their guns. But they still don't do it. I don't know. This shit's fucking beyond me. Say, well, I'm shooting him because he's shooting me. It's like, fair. You shoot at me, 100%, I'm shooting back. And then, well, somewhere along the line, these guys are going, well, I'm only shooting at you guys because you shot at me. And, well, their homies are getting shot out, so then the other homies are picking up the guns. Like, and then next thing you know, everyone's shooting each other. Until at some point, it's weird. I don't know, I haven't been able to wrap my head around it. And I think about this all the time. If there's one thing I think about often, it's, despite what's going on in my life, I'm thinking, why the fuck are we at war so goddamn much? Like, or, I mean, I know why. Like, everyone knows why. Disagreement with religion, disagreements over land, disagreements over political ideologies, just general disagreements. You know what I mean? And that's very basic shit. It's not like, it's definitely not worthy of dropping an atomic bomb on someone for. It all comes down to, like, dude, you pray to someone different. Word. Oh man, you set your government up different from us. Yeah, we did. Hey, you have different resources than us. Yeah, we do. It's like, all right, well, carry on, good sir. Carry on. Carry on. Maybe I'll come to mass on Sunday and check out what you got. But yeah, it's definitely, that's why I titled this video. It's like how to stay positive in a negative world. And it's like, maybe I personally, in my own little bubble, am sort of living a little too heavy in the dark side and stuff. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. Maybe it's necessary to acknowledge it. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I do believe that things need a proper acknowledgement. What, you know what I mean, including the dark side. I think things in the dark side need to be given a proper acknowledgement. 100%, they must be given an acknowledgement if you're to use the dark side, and even worse, to not give proper acknowledgement to the dark side. The worst thing to do is to be ignorant of it, because then you get used by the dark side. Then you become an extension of the dark side, right? So your relationship to the dark side, to the subconscious, to the chaos, to whatever, however you want to phrase that, is dictated by that. Is dictated to your relationship to it. Can you look at it? Can you observe it and not get lost in the abyss? Anyhow, to counter that, is damn. This might not make sense. I'm curious if I can leave it at that. I'm curious if I can leave it at the way to stay positive in a negative world is to acknowledge the darkness. I don't know how exactly I mean that. I don't know how exactly I mean that. I'm trying to put it into words. Um, when I say it out loud, it feels almost like I can breathe easier. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at this tree over here. I'll put you guys in my mind. I'm staring at this tree. It looks a lot cooler in person, I promise. I look at that tree a lot, and there's mountains behind it. Um, and oh, the darkness exists. It always will be there. I, I get it. And then I don't know, I feel like my lungs fill up with air easier. I can take things for what it is, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. I'm not saying you guys should do this. Maybe that's going a little too far. I'm gonna say you guys should do this. Just that I'm doing this, and this is what I'm experiencing as I'm doing it, and I'm getting some use out of it, so I'm sharing it with you. Sochi, what up? Drogon, how's it going? John Milk, oh man, you guys have been busy in the chat room. Okay, Pukin, glad you're doing good. B-Girl, hello, everyone. Press a like, thank you guys. Agent Smith, what's up, man? Thanks for posting the links. Shop, man. Little man lost his Simba. Yeah, the deep symbolical statement is he carries his fucking little Simba over to the washing machine and slams the buttons. So sometimes there's clothes and he'll sneak in there and then he'll start the cycle all over again. And it's like, fuck! You're like 5 minutes into the cycle and he starts it over. No. Yeah. Ooh, 8 likes and 8 people in the room. 8's, oh, now 9. I like 9 too, but we were 8's wild for a second there. Sorry, someone said to me that changed my mind. It's easy to break something. Have you ever tried to heal something? Well said, Drogon Pukin. It takes great power and strength to stay positive in this world. Paradigm switch in that statement is so profound. It is easy to kill, very difficult to heal. So bizarre. Yeah, I think it takes great manipulation to prove others to be positive. Is that what you're saying? John Milks, what's up, man? It's been a couple weird days. I agree, dude. Yesterday particularly was tough for me. I felt like everything was going wrong yesterday. It was just like I stepped on a lucky ant and didn't realize it. Like I stepped on the luck guru of the ant world and just smashed him into the ground and didn't realize it, and it just fucked me up for the whole day yesterday. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the room. Welcome to the room. Excuse the dog. So when the dog starts barking, you guys just assume that it's the universe telling us something significant. That's all. It's the only way I can stay sane. If not, I'm gonna hit the dog with a rock. So we have to look at it in a positive light. Sochi, hello. How do you feel about the full moon? It's not over, Drogon. It's definitely not. I mean, it was here on the West Coast. It was at 4 a.m. I would definitely say it's still got a proper linger to it. Bajin, what's up? Really though, yesterday was difficult. Well, so how are you guys feeling? And don't agree just to agree, so we can seem like we're doing some magical shit. Like if you had a good day yesterday, let me know so I can ask you what you had for breakfast, what meditation you used that morning. If you're winning, we want to know. So don't try to fit in. How was your guys' day yesterday? Was it heavy? Because Atlas had a rough day. I had a rough day. My girl had a rough day. Work went good though. But I know there was a lot of weird stuff going on with the moon, so that's why I asked. All right, let me catch up with you guys' comments. I think I did catch up. Oh, here comes chat. What's up, my love? What are you doing? Hello, Sochi. What are you trying to do? Alice is here. Alice, you want to say hi? Huh? Huh?
The two, the T, the
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Tell the people what they need to say. Say, well, tell everyone their fortune for the week. Say, all my Aries out there this week. What? Uh-huh.
That's it.
How many candles?
What's that? In the car, it's on.
Okay, got it. Sweet. 6 candles, make sure you leave them on. Specifically at the end there, he said on. That one I can understand of his. So make sure your candles are on, is what he said for your rituals. He said, hey everyone, my name's Atlas. Make sure when you do your rituals this week that your candles are on, specifically. Good luck. Good luck and Godspeed. Sovereign Soul, what's up? Huh? What's wrong? No, not right now. He wants to go inside the grow tent. The grow tent, which is slapping right now, you guys. Except for my Boswellia Nana, one of them's dying and it's breaking my heart. I have a plant that I could sell right now for at least 800, if not $1,000, and it's just dying. It went from 110 to like 35 in a matter of 4 or 5 days. Oh, it's hurting, man. Anywho, Lemuria, what's up, brother? Godiva herself. Hello, Godiva. Sochi had a good day. All right, Sochi, we need to know what you had for breakfast yesterday. Certain things are undoing. Yeah, that's definitely what I've been getting at too, is that things are undoing. And I've been hoping that the undoing isn't traumatic, because you know it's what you can't avoid, the undoing, right? But the alchemical way to do it is to transmute lead into gold. You know what I mean? Which means the undoing that you can't avoid doesn't have to be a lead sort of undoing that's heavy as fuck. It can be a lighter undoing, like gold, which is a lot lighter. It's a lot more brilliant. You're not stopping the swing of things, you're rising the caliber of swing, if that makes sense. And I was thinking that that's what's going on with this the full moon. Is like, oh, maybe it's a more leady swing. Maybe it's a fucking super heavy swing. Oh, what happened?
It's on.
It's on? What?
It's fun.
Yes.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah. All the time. Where are we at? Pooh Kid, if we create the environment staying positive, it's possible. Oh, 100%. Ooh, Pooh Kid, so that you literally touched on what I was talking about earlier. So everyone pay attention, class. Pooh Kitten says if we create the environment staying positive, it's possible. Here's I don't know if you even realize you did this, Pooh Kitten, but what you're basically saying is we need to make sure the environment is proper so that we are proper. And you made the same argument that I made at the beginning of the video, is that in a long way of saying it's not just us. We can't be like, oh, our environment affects us just as much as we can affect our environment. That's what I meant to say. The philosophies and ideologies tend to be like, it's all you, it's all self. You can't say this world is negative, because if you say it's negative, then it's going to become really negative, and like it's all because the world is meaningless, and not until we come does the world have meaning. You know what I mean? Like that very egotistical, individualistic thought process. Hey, my love. Don't throw rocks at that, please. Add this. What was that? Sorry, I heard rock on glass. I thought he was throwing rocks at my Bless you. Forgot what it's called. My funnel. My distiller funnel. He's throwing rocks at it right now. Wholeness, universal faith. What up? Littlefoot. That's funny. Oh yeah, that's right. We're talking about nature. Oh yeah. Sorry, I was getting long-winded again. Your environment influences you. Plain and simple. Stop the fucking. The world is meaningless and has no meaning, and not until you give it meaning. Like, to a degree, that's true. And we gotta stop the whole. It all starts with you. Like, if you think it becomes real, and nothing's real without your thought. You know what I mean? Like, it's true, but it's also false. You know what I mean? Things exist outside of you, you guys. It's not all about you. If you fell off the face of the earth right now, you would not be influencing the world anymore. At least your physical body would not be. To a degree, you know what I mean? Yeah, so thank you, Pooh Kitten, for reminding us that our environment is just as important as catering to as the self. You know what I mean? Understandably, self is origin, thought is origin, mind is origin. I agree with you there, right? That's where the change can be instigated, you know, as far as our own personal power is concerned. But once it's out into the real world, once your manifestation becomes anchored in the physical reality, it is now influencing the rest of physical reality, meaning you are now influencing people's lives. Well, a way that you could understand that would be an advertisement. The moment you create an advertisement and put it into the world, that is influencing the purchase power of people, and the purchase power of peoples, which drives the fucking globe. So that's the power of marketing. You are influenced, whether you like it or not. There is meaning outside of in the world, separate of you. There are truths out there independent of you. I'm talking third dimensional right now, you guys, like earthy, groundly shit. I'm not trying to be like, there's no such thing as duality. Like, I get that shit too. I'm trying to talk to you as a human, though. You know what I mean? About the real world, and how about how being a three-dimensional physical vessel, what it's like to have that kind of vessel here. And there are laws to this shit. You know what I mean? There are laws to this world, and there are patterns that you can pick up on. And our willpower, someone brought it up earlier, and our minds are like, it's our bread and butter. It's our bread and butter. Yeah, so definitely maintain your space. I talked about this. Remember the candle magic video I did like 2 years ago? One of the points that I brought up in that video was something along the lines of, it's not about the candle that will manifest something for you, as much as it is the candle as a placeholder, or as an anchor, or as like a tether for something to be drawn in. Like, you can imagine a boat comes up to dock and it throws the rope out onto the hook on the dock. Once that boat is anchored, it's not going anywhere. And so you can unload the boat, you can load the boat, you pick shit up, you know, whatever you're doing. When you're ready to leave, you unhinge it, and then you're back into the fucking water, into the ether. And that's what the candle does. That's really that's what a sigil does. Candle does. It's what your mantras do. They're anchors. They're literally tethering the pure potential to the actualized, to the realized. It's like you have a vague concept of a greenhouse that you want to build, and your first step is drawing it out. You know, like, that's what I would do. That's my first. It's not going to be finding who's going to work there, how I'm going to fund it. It's like, I want to see what it looks like so I can really like let that picture see, so I can start tethering it to this world. So I pay someone on Fiverr $50 to do a little 3D image of my geodesic dome that I want to build. I'm like, oh my God, I can see it in the physical world. Even though it's a 2-dimensional painting, it's still in the real world. And that's the tether. And then the tether becomes stronger. It starts off as a picture. Then maybe it turns into an actual model, plastic, a 3D printer. You can print out a geodesic dome. It's like, oh, now you can touch it. Now it goes from 2D to 3D. It's like, okay, now I get the money. Now you start pouring energy into that tether so that the potential of your thought could realize itself as an actual, few years down the line, real life 4-story geodesic dome. You know what I mean? That's basically how creation happens. You have thought. That's how it goes from thought to the real world. But there are steps in between. And the reason why the steps are so hard to figure out is because there's no one way to do anything over and over. You can start the same business over and over and over again, and it's never going to be the same business. The market's going to be different. The taste of the buyers is going to be different. Age of the buyers, you're going to be different. Your life, so like there's no one. You have to sort of make it up as you go. To a degree, there's always a structure that you can follow that's going to help, but the intricacies that we want the answers for, there's no answers for, because the intricacies are intricacies because no one's ever come across them before. If no one's ever come across them before, there's not going to be answers to them, and no one's ever going to come across exactly what you're going to come across, so no one's ever going to have the answers exactly as you need them, which means you're going to have to get creative. And that's the feminine role. That's the being tapped into your creative side, because you need to be a creative motherfucker to make it in a world where creation is dominant. You know what I mean? Like all nature does. Nature creates oxygen, it creates soil, it creates life, it creates you and I to even think back and ponder itself. Like we're talking, like this world does nothing but create. Know what I mean? So, Mademoiselle Asphodel, Mademoiselle Asphodel. Hola. It's famous in French, but you're speaking in Spanish. Agent Smith, thanks for staying, man. Thanks for all the help, Smith. I appreciate that. Drugon, thanks for holding it down, too. I don't know if I thanked you for doing your thing when you first came in, but thanks, you guys. Color eclipse. What's a color eclipse? Sovereign soul, your partner left the earth plane in September and left us an even pause. Oh man, sovereign soul, I'm sorry that analogy struck as close as it did. Sorry to hear about that. You're the second person who I heard today that lost someone dear to them. I was speaking with a lady earlier after work. And I was like, she's like, how you doing? I was like, oh, good, how you doing? And she was like, my friend died. And I was like, oh shit. So yeah, she was bummy, but man, it's just... Sorry to hear that, sovereign soul. We were talking about in this world we have to exhibit the same behaviors we want to see. Is that what I said? Nice. Yes. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. We'll go with that. Universal. Did I say hello? Cool. I'm all caught up in the. How am I, Mademoiselle Asphodel? At this exact moment in time, good. Good. I'm finally caught up with my Etsy shop. Yeah. Also, if you guys have any ritual knickknacks you need, hit up my Etsy shop. I'm running low because I haven't restocked since I moved, but I got botanical perfumes that can be used as altar dressings too, or perfumes that are awesome. They're like frankincense absolutes and white sage, distilled white sage, like a bunch of cool shit. Candles, beeswax candles that I make, all the stuff I make myself. Bundles, I have white sage bundles that I'm picking from the mountains here. Mugwort bundles we're picking from the mountain here. What else are you picking? Fennel, we have a bunch of wild fennel growing out here. domesticated wild that's not from here. What other bundles do we have? I don't know, the shop's awesome. The shop's awesome. What was I saying before that? Oh, how I'm doing? Yeah, the Etsy. I'm all caught up on the shout out shop promo. Yeah, Etsy's handle. I'm finally caught up, and probably gonna head off to the beach here pretty soon and catch a nice little sunset, little sunset smoke set, little sunset smoke set, a little sunset smoke sesh, and the garden's killing it. Like, actually, I'm gonna take you guys on a little gander through the garden, because I do every time we go live. I feel like it's a must. My corn is growing beautifully. We have our first zucchini popping up over there. Oh man, I want to show you guys this. I planted a little fairy nook back here. So I have one row of corn, 2 rows thick over here, or 2 plants thick, and over here I have an artichoke in the middle. So you're gonna walk in, and I have the first wall that blocks it off here, and I have a second wall that blocks it off of there. And so you're gonna walk through a little channel. You're gonna go through the channel, and you're gonna shimmy through here, and it opens up, and I'm gonna have a chair and like table and shit, and we're just gonna like listen to music and make out and smoke weed and stuff back there. It's great. So that's my little corn maze. We have some basic ass bell peppers. We have heirloom Cherokee peppers. We already got some peppers coming up in here. I don't know how good the quality is, you guys, so sorry if it kind of sucks. Maybe 5G, the benefit of 5G, we can stream HD easily. Our potatoes are fucking slapping. Like, they're already popping up through the soil. You can see the potatoes coming. We have some Native American heirloom tobacco right here. Of course, we have marigolds to attract our pollinators and our beneficial insects. We got some cucumbas, our little cucumba plants. Some black acid corn. We've got some oregano. There's some oregano. Got some oregano back there. Some heirloom Cherokee tomatoes. And some tomatoes. Those are our sugar pumpkins that I just put into the ground yesterday. And these are the ones for baking pies and shit. So remember last year when I made the pumpkin ale from scratch? Well, this year I'm doing super scratch, because I bought the pumpkins last year to make the pumpkin ale. And this year we're growing our own pumpkins for pumpkin ale. And pumpkin bread, and fucking, you know how we like to vibe out hard on Halloween, so we're just gonna be pumpkin masters. Ooh, we've got some of these. I don't know if you guys, don't type it in the comment box, please, if you know what this is. And then we have another one, and then we have more tomatoes, and then the sugar pumpkins. Yeah, that's the majority of the garden. Right there is, I planted nameko mushrooms, the mushrooms that they use in miso soup. So those are gonna probably come up during fall. And then, you guys are stoked on the garden right now? Oh, wow, oregano. And this is our little greenhouse. It's a tiny one, but our Palo Santo cutting, the leaf popped out, and so I was like, dope, it's gonna work. And then it hasn't done anything in like a month. So some copal seedlings that we planted a few weeks ago, cucumbers, some heirloom yellow tomatoes. Here's our giant copal seed grown. We grew this bad boy ourselves. It's starting to make a comeback from the winter, finally. Whoa. Vines, Mama Aya vines, some white sage, all kinds of Mama Aya vines, some white sage, all kinds of stuff. We're killing the game out here, you guys. We're killing the game. Yeah. Michelle Quintana, what's up? LinkedIn is a spot if you're looking for love. Interesting. We have giant red poppies. John Malix, what up? Yeah, we have, they're like burgundy. They're friggin' gorgeous colors. I have more. Oh, I forgot to show you guys this little fairy garden. I also have a little fairy garden over here. Marigolds. I put a yellow squash right there. Decorative slash useful, and then another one right there, so we'll have some yellow squash. Those are white poppies from Afghanistan. Those are corn, and that's more oregano. And that is our backyard gnome, Stuart. His name is Stuart. Hip. Sue Ann Williams, what up? Oh shit. Dude, a friggin' fly or a bee just hit me in the face. Are you causing trouble in there, my love? I hear you screaming. A glitch in the matrix. How's the quality coming through, you guys? Was it super pixelated and shitty when I was trying to show the garden? I'll do a proper one, a proper video. I'll shoot it in 4K for you guys. How about that? How do you guys like about that? I'll shoot a little garden documentary in 4K for you guys. Don't type it in the comment. Chan Brown, what up? My potatoes don't do this. So cool. Oh, your potatoes don't grow like that? I got lucky for you garden lovers out there. This soil, I stuck a hand hoe into the soil when it was wet, and it went straight to the hilt. And it went like this. It was beautiful. It's a loam. I don't even know. It's like loam. 8 inches down at least, and then it just gets, and then it's just still nice after that. All right, I think I'm caught up with you guys' comments. Maybe. Yeah, dude, you guys are welcome. You guys are welcome to pie. Atlas, come on, man, turn it off. Turn it off. Off. My son looks like he's wearing a thong right now because his diaper's riding him. All right, I'm caught up with you guys' comments, I think. Thanks for being homies. Thanks, first, thanks for coming over to the channel, you guys. So I answered the title of this video in 3 different ways. 1 was to acknowledge the darkness. 2, clearly grow a fat garden. Make your own beer. Pretend like you live at the Shire. Have a dope little garden. Brew your own brewkowskis. Bring a keg of homemade wine for the next shindig. Have a live band. String some lights. Seaflower, what up? And run it. And run it. If the world's negative, we have our pockets. We just have our pockets of really solid Shire vibes. At least those would be my types of pockets. I'm sure there's a number of pockets. Sorry, the dogs are going ape shit over here. It sucks because the 2 dogs hate each other and the fences touch each other. And our house just happens to be the 3rd house that touches this fence. So I just get to listen to 2 houses' dogs bark at each other all day. And that's how we stay positive in such a negative world. Good luck, Jogon, with the weight. Can you guess the one thing I need to make it perfect? A woman, I'm guessing. Mademoiselle Asphodel. I like saying that name for some reason. What's with lots of oregano, by the way? I got my son pull-ups now. Does he do pull-ups? Yeah, he's on pull. I think those are pull-ups. These ones in particular actually look like grandma underwear. I don't know where he got these ones from. He's pissed he heard me. He just threw his toy and ran inside. So fuck you, Dad. That was hilarious. Um, does he do pull-ups? Nobody looks like it. He's jacked. He doesn't work out at all. He does sprints in the backyard, but I don't got him working out yet. I'm not that savage. He's strong though. He's already cut, and he doesn't really do anything. He's got good garden weather. Oh my God, I'm in Southern. Here's the crazy thing about Southern California, you guys. There's so many rivers that flow through through California, from the Sierra Nevadas down to the ocean, Colorado River, from the Rocky Mountains even. If you just diverted some of that water, you could grow forests. Like, if you gave me the keys, if I was like, hey homie, let me get the keys for the weekend, and you gave me the keys, I would have the lower third of California a fucking garden, a forest of Eden. It would be, we'd be slapping, you guys. That's what I'm getting at. We'd be slapping. Just know that. Earplugs, man, life changer. I know. I mean, the dog barking actually don't. The only time the dog barking bothers me is when I'm doing YouTube stuff. Like other than loud fucking motorcycles, most loud noises don't bother me unless I'm recording audio or video, or I'm doing my friggin' audiobooks and everything gets picked up with the microphone because I don't have a studio. I just record my shit in the closet, basically. But yeah. Getting. Was that making noise as I sat down? Drogon, what were you talking about earlier when you said that will take up so much space? They don't pop up from the ground. What are you talking about? Also, I don't know what you're talking about. I should do sea flower. So, anywho, how you guys doing? You guys, you gonna enjoy yourselves? I'm probably gonna take off in the next minute. And in the next minute or two, I will probably take off. At least roll me some schloobla schloppers for the road. Maybe pop a little schmipper schmapper of some pizza toppings on the way out. If you smell what I'm cooking. Oh, the take up space 4K movie for the garden. Dude, I got nothing but space. Got nothing but space, dog. I'll do 8K. How about that? I'll do Infinity K and I'll slap that up. Don't tempt me, I'll do it. Boom mic. Omnidirectional. No, I don't have egg space for. It's a closet. It's clothes. The egg cartons that you're talking about are sweaters. That sweaters are what buffer my sound. And pillows. I put pillows up against the sliding door of the closet, and then the clothes front to back because I'm in the middle of them, and then more pillows off to my left on the wall side of the closet, and bada bing, bada shmoom, you've got your recording studio. The potatoes I have don't grow up out of the ground. I have to wait for the plants to die. So there's two things to know with potatoes. As low as you plant the original seed or the potato, if you're growing potatoes from other potatoes, as low as you plant that potato seed, that's where the potatoes will grow, in between that seed and the soil. So what you do is, the reason why they're growing above ground is because I mulched the fuck out of my garden with hay. That's also why everything's growing so well. You guys got to get on that mulch life. That bale of hay right there cost all of $18. I got the good shit, like 18 bucks for that bale, and I have all that left over still. So when you mulch it, the potatoes will stop growing where the sun is. So if you keep putting hay or keep putting stuff on top of the soil, the potatoes will continue to grow up. That's why that mine are growing on the ground, except some asshole kid next door kicked a soccer ball and fell in the middle of my potato patch, and it crushed. It left a big hole in the middle of it, so now it looks all merp merp. And I've officially turned into that man who shouts at the kids next door for their balls knocking over my vegetables. Little whippersnapper's up to no goddamn good. Real talk though, I'm gonna pop the soccer ball if he does it a few more times. If he breaks something, like if he would have broken one of my sugar pumpkins, dude, he would never would have seen that soccer ball again. I fucking shit you not. I'm wishing. I pray for the day homeboy kicks that soccer ball over and breaks something. I don't, but I do. So yeah, those are my potato tips. I only learned that like a month ago too, by the way. I planted potatoes last year and I was like, what the fuck? I feel like the first time I planted potatoes, I got a bunch, and this time I got like 2. And I planted them straight on the surface, practically. Like I put the potato under the dirt just enough to cover the green sprout that came out of the potato. Like, okay, I'll leave the sprout hanging out of the ground. It was a terrible idea. So this time, the little green sprout that comes out of the potato, I planted that like 8 inches under the ground. It took that thing like a month and a half to break the surface. But now I have 8 inches of just potato fire under a good 7 by 3 foot space of potatoes. So you guys need to come over for mashed potatoes, some pumpkin ale, pretty breadseed flowers, Cherokee tomatoes, Comanche heirloom peppers. We're just killing the game. Oregano. Bring some of the asparagus, man. I have a artichoke growing. Artichokes in the asparagus family, right? It's still tiny, but we got an artichoke right here. Oh damn, Lemuria, you got some Moldavite, eh? Nice. I got my girl a teardrop, a teardrop cut on a piece of Moldavite for Christmas, I think it was. It's dope. It's actually super cool too. Potato fire, dude. I don't think those, I don't think those two emojis have ever been used side by side. Potato fire. Can we put that on a shirt? Is Smith in the room? We gotta get that. Can someone put that in the Discord? Potato fire, that needs to be added. Lemuria, roll on through, man. We're out here in Southern California. That's hilarious. We're gonna end it. I don't know if we're still going or not. We have a new T-shirt idea. Potato fire.
Potato fire?
Yeah, because the potatoes in the backyard are fire.
They are fire.
It's now potato fire. Oh, we're back on? Shotgun's hating. You know, it's funny because I actually didn't pay the electric bill this month. No, but it's still relevant to you. Maybe it's just a sign. We had to move seats. Got some fire-ass potatoes. Fire-ass potatoes. I like how ass is an adjective in there. Not the noun. Great. I'm back. As you guys can see, I really enjoy wooden fences as backdrops. / wooden postboards. You know what it could be? I had to, hold on. Nice. I think we're gonna have to end the video. At this point, it's gonna suck. It's basically running on the 2G network, which is practically a 0.5G network as far as this town is concerned. But thanks for hanging out with me this far. Appreciate it, you guys. Homies, thank you for supporting the channel. Thanks for showing all the love on my new music video. If you guys could add the music, or go on Spotify or iTunes or whatever, download the tracks, add them to playlists, to your favorite playlists and stuff like that. YouTube doesn't like us joking about a lot of things. YouTube, it rhymes with schmotzies. That's what YouTube is most of the time. So, thanks for vibing. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, peace out.